Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of At Home with Charis Jones. Today we're going to talk about how I romanticize my life. Come on in. So let's talk about the art of romanticizing first and what that even means. It's very different for each of us, but for me, it means making everything beautiful as best as I can so that life feels like love. That's the whole point of romanticizing everything. And it's not anything grand. And if you're anything like me, especially in this season, all of the blessings and all of the beauty are coming from the teeny tinies, from the smallest things, not the big things. So if you're thinking anything grand, like, oh God, I'm gonna have to go, let me get my pen and paper so I can write my shopping list down, this is not that video. This is how you romanticize and upgrade the love in your life with the things you already have in your home. You wanna get started? Let's go. All right, so romanticizing tip number one is to keep love first. How I do that is by displaying pictures of my family, photo albums, cards all over the home in no specific place. So if you don't know, I have twin boys. This is Jackson and this is Julian. One's a little taller than the other. They just recently turned 10. And I noticed that when I moved in this house, I was so busy trying to decorate it and so busy trying to like furnish it because it has some square footage to it, 12,000 to be exact. But I'm like, don't forget to make it a home. And the moments are what makes it a home. So all the birthday cards from, Mother's Day to the boys' birthday cards, we have some here, we've got some in their room. And it just really warms up the space and it fills it with love so that you can remember even in the down days, like don't throw your cards away. Keep them in a scrapbook, keep them in like maybe a hat box so that you can always just go back and have the memories. It's good to have them here, yes, but it's also good to just like keep the love first wherever you look so that at every single turn you're reminded how much love you actually have. Let's come over here. I want to show you something. So guess what? I realized one day I was just scrolling through my phone and I said, girl, you got all these pictures in your phone and ain't none of them printed out. And I was talking to some other mom friends and it's like we have we'll buy the school pictures. We will take the professional pictures with the professional photographer. But the everyday candids that live in our cell phone, they just live there. And I don't want them to always live there. The other thing is that they are my memories, but I want to share them with my family. And the only way to get them out of my phone is to put them in a photo album. So I went to HomeGoods, I got multiple photo albums, and I just had a field day with downloading the Walgreens app and uploading all these pictures from my phone because I keep them in an album in the phone already and uploading them to the Walgreens app. Girl, all them pictures are like what? Maybe $25 to print them all out. And we actually had a day, me and the boys, where we sat down and we put all of the pictures in a book and they were so excited to reminisce and it was just a nice family moment. So I'll just show some of them to you. All right, so the boys have matching birthmarks on their back. This is Julian's, this is Jackson's, and these are just some random moments. This is their first Christmas, and this is their bib that my grandmother bought for them. But this is them like eating wrapping paper, and then also just sleeping. And this is our first 4th of July here at our new home, and just all of these memories that could easily get lost. The dope thing is that I went to Michael's and I got these little scrapbooking stickers so that they could pick out and put wherever they want. So Jackson put one here next to me. He put a little cap on his head. I have no idea why 14, because this is when mommy and daddy were married for 14 years. So all of those memories that would just ordinarily sit in a cell phone digitally, and it's nice to have them in a cloud, but it's also nice to have them in your hand. Let's look at another one. Here's another picture book. This is a throwback. My husband and I this year will be married for 15 years. So this is our wedding album that I do like to keep in our book area, in one of the book areas in the home. Got married 10/30/10, and I just love to reminisce on these memories, but also put it in a communal place where people can enjoy and share in it too. Talking about beautification, I just want to bring attention to this. So this, y'all, this is actually something that I just made up. This is a bar cart. A whole bar cart, all right? And I decided to turn the bar cart into a bookshelf and just sit it in the middle of the living room area, which adds a little bit of interest, adds a little bit of texture, and it's fun. Because I'm like, I did try to use it as a bar cart, but because the base of it is wicker, the stuff, when you move it, it fall over. So I'm like, it's beautiful, but let's make it beautiful in another way. And repurposing it is also a really, really nice way to romanticize your life as well, repurposing things. And that takes me to strategy number 2, which is to keep ease first. All right, this is incredibly practical. So for us, it's about convenience. We're a busy family, busy life, all right? So I have multiple things everywhere. In this home, it's not about like getting up, going to go find something. It's a charger. If you want to look over here, y'all, we got pillows on the ground and all. People actually, children live here. It's a charger over here. And there's also a charger over here. So just keeping things incredibly convenient so that we don't have to move around a lot and miss moments. The other thing in this home is I keep condiments, snacks, things like that everywhere, okay? So right behind us, and they done tore this up, child. Okay, so this candy bowl, okay? But we got some wrappers in here. You see people ain't following the rules, but putting the wrappers in the trash can, right? So there's snacks here. There's snacks right over there in the bar. I just like to keep things everywhere so that we're having fun at every single moment. We have 2 kitchens in this home, actually 2.5. So I'm gonna show you how I reduce movement with multiple kitchens. Come on. All right, so with 2 kitchens, and the purpose of this, one is my beautiful cooking kitchen, the main one, and the second one is for the kids, because I don't want them in here. Nope. So they got their own refrigerator with their own snacks, their own kind of milk, because we don't drink their milk, right? Just all their own things. But sometimes I am cooking in there, and sometimes I'm cooking in here. I don't want to have to continue to move, so I'm gonna take you to my spice rack. So girl, all right, so this is spice rack for kitchen number 1. There's more here because there's more in-depth spices, because there's more in-depth cooking in this area, all right? So there's salt here, and there's pepper here, and there's Old Bay here, but there's also salt, pepper, and Old Bay in that kitchen. There's popcorn in here and there's popcorn in there, right? That way it's not to keep things separate, but it's to keep things easy. And you won't believe like how much I came up with this strategy because I'm always looking for things. It's like, I don't want to have to look for things. I want things to be everywhere. So that's how I keep ease first. Okay, so speaking of ease, I used to have, years ago, the superwoman syndrome, okay? That's where I'm trying to do it all, right? I can do it all, don't want to delegate nothing. Then I found myself burnt out, tired, and then that just spills over into other areas of your life. You ain't got space for your family's getting the leftovers. So I was able to piece apart exactly what was wearing me out. Cleaning a home is one of them. And I will never forget, I was in a hair salon. This was probably like 7 years ago at this point. And there was a woman there. She said, Charis, you still fold your own clothes? You still do all that? And I was like, why, yes, I do. And counted it as pride and joy, right? Until I really thought about that thing. And she said, honey, I gave that away a long time ago. And I'm like, well, why am I so late to the game? And it just had me thinking. I have never been without a house cleaning service since, okay? So come along. So y'all came on the right day because the house cleaners are actually here. They take care of everything. I will say I do wash the clothes, but they do the folding and cleaning the home. This saves me tons of time. Let me tell you what else saves me tons of time. Laundry baskets with wheels on them, okay? Right? It be the little things. All right, so something like this I got from HomeGoods. This is just so that, you know how you have the baskets, but you're just dragging them down to the laundry room, or you just dragging them wherever you are? Honey, it's all about the little micro efforts that you can conserve, right? So I I got one with the wheels on the baby. It just go like that. So when I am putting them in the washing machine, it's so easy to travel. And furthermore, what's happening right now is we're in a phase where the kids are doing their own laundry. So this makes it easy for them to do that as well. So I'm like, this is how you put the laundry detergent in. This is what you do. Super, super simple, but it's all about ease, right? And these are strategies that they're gonna need in their life. So mama gonna make sure they have them. All right. So yeah, laundry baskets with wheels on them. All right. So strategy number 3 for romanticizing your life is to keep joy first. For us, you know, it starts with a place of fun. And in our living room, I actually called it the being room because building this home, I was intentional about not having any technology in this space. This is a space where tons of spontaneous conversations pop off because of the lack of technology. There's no TV or anything that is mentally dividing us from being present with one another. And this space is where we also have tons of dance parties. Music is it fills up the home. And so we'll do, what's that game? We don't have a name for it, but when you turn the music on and then you stop and then you gotta freeze, like freeze dance. So like we stay doing that. That's so much fun, but that is how we also add a lot of joy to the end of a long day. So just a little silly stuff, girl. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but I love doing things like that. Ooh, speaking of technology free, let's go to the bedroom. And here's the other thing. For us, joy is about togetherness. And in the bedroom too, we decided in this home that there would be no TV. Listen, all of our other homes had a TV. You wake up, roll over, find a remote. Where the remote at, right? But now I'm finding that we wake up, roll over, and talk. Talk about the dream that we had the night before, if we had one. Talk about how well we slept, right? Talk about the quality of sleep, what we're excited about for the day. So just detaching from all of those external factors, it helps bring us closer together, which helps foster and create more joy, which helps romanticizing your life. Let's go to tip number 4, all right? All right, and my tip number 4 for romanticizing your life is keep refinery first. And the teeny, teeny, tiny things. So for me, and I'm a girl who has always done this, it's gonna be the wooden hangers, right? And the things that I really, really love, I separate with gold hangers. Y'all, I got these off Amazon, okay? Little Amazon in the pack. I think I ended up buying 3 packs total. But my gold hanger pieces are the pieces that I'm currently obsessed with. And I hang all of those items on them. And I also keep my gold hanger pieces in the front of my closet. So they're the first thing I see when I enter. So in the gold hanger section, it's some fun dresses, just a lot of color and things that I just adore. But even if it's not a gold hanger, for the most part, I do my best, and I got these from Amazon as well, to keep everything on a wooden hanger because I know this is gonna be a one-time investment. You buy this, you ain't gotta buy another hanger in your life. So it's all about just the tiny upgrades so that you can enjoy that refinery. Okay, so this is really, really simple. Y'all, just use decorative hand soap bottles. Come on in, I'm gonna show you, okay? So easily, I have had Bath and Body Works, I have had whatever the brand name is, Nest, soft soap, whatever it is, can be there, right? I realized that as it relates to refinery, it's not about the label, okay? It's about the lifestyle and the ease of it all. It's so much easier for me to keep this level of consistency. It's fewer decisions to think about, oh, what flavor? I also notice that I'm motivated by sales less because you see that, you know, you're going to get that Bath and Body Works text, okay? Just like you're going to get that Sassy Jones text, you know, 3, 4. I'm not jumping, right? Because I'm like, I don't need it. I don't need the bottle. I have my system, and systems are really, really what helps elevate the refinery as well. So it's the same bottle, no matter what scent is going to be inside of it. And I love that. And I have it in all of the bathrooms. Okay. So y'all, my husband, right? If you have watched, and I will put it here, okay? If you have watched a previous At Home with Charis Jones, you will see that in the bathroom tour, my husband is obsessed with Walgreens toilet paper. Like, he has his, and this is years, I met him that way. It don't matter how successful we are. He is going to Walgreens to buy his toilet paper, 1 ply, okay? So we talk about refinery, girl. Come on around the corner. Let me show you this. Y'all, we got some nicer toilet paper. Ain't that so nice? I had to hide, at least in areas that he doesn't come in. Honey, I'm like, we need our nice toilet paper. And I hid the other stuff from him. Don't tell him, okay? He won't find out. He don't watch YouTube, no way. So those are just some really easy and practical ways that you can tangibly romanticize your life without it feeling like it's too lofty or too far-fetched or too unattainable, because you'll never do any of the practices if it feels like, oh my God, right? So I hope this video today helped you guys, and be sure to let me know what you loved about it. Comment below, and definitely make sure that you subscribe and have your notifications turned on. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!